Eric Kripke's The Boys introduced us to a whole new kind of superhero. Move over the righteous Captain America and billionaire philanthropist and playboy Iron Man because the Seven and Vought have captured hearts all over the world. Turns out, the series wasn't only renewed for a 4th season. Fans were treated to 3 spin-offs, a web series 7 on 7, an animated series Diabolical, and another series Gen V. So what's the latest scoop? Let's find out together. First and foremost, Gen V celebrates the end of filming. According to sources, The Boys has only just begun filming the 4th season. But don't worry, the spin-off live-action series Gen V has announced that the cameras have finally stopped rolling. The showrunners took to Twitter to share the good news with fans, and also gave us a glimpse of the cast behind the scenes. Patrick Schwarzenegger posted a picture of him standing in front of a poster that features 3 of the 7 soups: Starlight, Homelander, and the Deep. With a smile and arms that prove he's been working out, Patrick wrote that he can't wait for fans to see the show. Then we have Jazz Sinclair, in between shots, getting her makeup retouched. The bright smile in the pictures indicates that she's on the same page as Patrick too. The third picture shows London Thor being dipped by Jazz. She replaced Raina Hartstein as one of the leads of the new spin-off. And finally, Lizzie Broadway can be seen holding a clapperboard with a bright smile on her face. If there's one thing we can tell from the pictures, it's that they all seem to be having a mighty good time on set. We have our fingers crossed that the spin-off will be just as good as they say. Coming up, what do we know about Gen V? So we know a few things, which is a good place to start. One thing we know is that the events in the 3rd season of The Boys will tie in with the debut of Gen V. If that's the case, we can expect everyone at that school to be talking about the return of Soldier Boy. Let's not forget all the issues that Homelander has stirred. Also, eagle-eyed fans will be able to deduce what the school looks like from the set pictures released. According to sources, Gen V will follow students with abilities who study at the only college for superheroes in America. The tagline for the show states that the R-rated series will explore the lives of competitive and hormonal students. Not only will they be fighting each other for the best contracts, they'll also be forced to test their moral boundaries. Think of it as a Hunger Games-inspired show with elements of Euphoria and, of course, The Boys. Hopefully, at the end of the day, these students will be using their powers for good. Next up, how will Gen V connect to The Boys? When the animated series Diabolical aired, we finally learned about the existence of the Red River Institute. It was introduced as a home for superpowered children who had no one to look after them. At the time, the anthology series wasn't canon. When the 3rd season of The Boys was out, that changed, and the Institute was mentioned in the show. The Congresswoman was actually a soup named Nadia, who had grown up at the very place. She ended up at the not-so-great home after she accidentally killed her parents. Most of the children, who ranged between 3 years old to 17, ended up at Red River for very similar reasons. On the other hand, others were simply there because their parents had abandoned them for being different. Kripke explained that the show will definitely connect to the original series, mainly because they're set in the same universe. Some of the issues from the 3rd season will trail off into the debut season of the spin-off. Similarly, the storyline of the season will further be explored in season 4 of The Boys. Keeping in mind that Gen V will connect the 2 seasons, the main cast could easily show up in the new show. Now, all we need to do is stay calm and wait for them to announce a release date. Following up, what's up with The Boys Presents Diabolical? When season 3 of The Boys premiered on Prime Video, Amazon picked it up for a 4th season just a week later. In fact, based on where we are in the story, the show could easily run for another season or 2. Even so, filming for the latest season has just started, so we have to wait quite a while before we get to see them again. While we wait, we'll have spin-offs to keep the boredom at bay. Diabolical was another series that debuted on Prime Video earlier this year and introduced us to one of the main characters in Gen V. Lee, played by Sean Patrick Thomas. While the show received critical acclaim for its voice acting, animation, writing, and themes, Amazon has yet to announce a second season for it. Regardless, the showrunners already have plans for the future. Simon Ray Schiappa shared his plans at WonderCon 2022 and told fans that he was looking to do something new. He believes the purpose of the show is to show fans stuff that they've yet to see and that the showrunners of the other related series have not yet explored. Simon intends to surprise viewers, and it'll need a lot more than just 11-minute long episodes. Meanwhile, in other related news, coming up, is Starlight dealing with misogyny on-screen and off-screen? When people talk about life imitating art, this is not what anyone's talking about. If you've watched The Boys, you'll know that one of the Supes, Starlight, hasn't had it easy. First, she was forced to believe that the superheroes are actually doing God's work to make the Earth a better place. It's only when she gets a reality check when entering the Seven in the form of abuse are her eyes open to how bad it can get. Plus, things don't get better when she is constantly a target of misogyny. What's weird is that the so-called fans of the show have completely missed the point, and instead of understanding that the show's hinting at realistic issues in our world, have turned around and aimed a lot of misogyny at the star, Erin Moriarty. Since the debut of the show, Moriarty has received unsolicited comments about her appearance, with most male fans discussing how she's falling short of their expectations. In fact, the comment section under her Instagram posts is filled with absolutely cruel sentiments, and in other places, they've compared her appearance in seasons 1 and 3 and openly discussed how she no longer looks as good. Anthony Starr has told fans that he has the muscles built into his suit, but no one bats an eye about how he looked today and back then. Unfortunately, the negative commentary has only been focused on the women in the show. Moving on, what does Moriarty have to say? Of course, she's read all the horrible posts and the unwarranted commentary surrounding her appearance. After an article discussed how differently she's treated by the rest of the cast on the show, Erin finally spoke up and shared her own thoughts on the matter. She's felt stuck and dehumanized by what the fans have been saying. There's no doubt she's put in a lot of hard work and has grown up with the character, both mentally and, more importantly, physically. So her body has changed, just like everyone's does. Erin thanked the people who recognized the misogyny and took inspiration from her own character when she decided to address the problematic issue. In the end, she stated that anyone who continued to come at her will be forgiven because she feels sorry for them. Her response has made us feel better. We're glad that she's not letting these trolls get to her and hope to continue seeing her as Starlight. Finally, what did the rest of the cast have to say? The cast of The Boys came to Moriarty's support after she posted her horrifying experiences online. Kripke posted his thoughts on Twitter, and let us tell you, it's our favorite. He practiced no patience and tried to remind these supposed fans of the series that they were literally doing the opposite of what the show was trying to teach. All they had to do was be kind, and if they couldn't, he included a bunch of choice expletives that we think drove the point home. Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, commented underneath Kripke's post and agreed with his take on the matter. Tony Starr came to her support and posted a lovely comment telling her that she was beautiful both inside and out. The Boys is based on a comic book series, and since its premiere has been pushing boundaries to tell stories focusing on sex and violence. While the show is a satire, it's also very realistically portraying real-life concerns that are swept under the rug. We hope the fans learn from the show instead of copying the very people the show is trying to criticize. That's a wrap for this video. Are you excited to watch the spin-off series Gen V? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.